Okay, so I'm going to start out with a video just to hold your attention because people are like saying stuff. Well, I get to that. I vent a little bit here coming up. But so I had this 8-frame colony that was super, super defensive when I was going in to take their queen out and replace her. And I judged their attitude by the type of bees that would not accept a European queen. So I split that 8-frame up. I made 2 4-frame nucleus colonies, and then I waited 5 days. And here we go. And they are queenless at this point because I did judge that they were acting exactly the same when they had a queen. So just want to full disclosure here. And one more thing. This is not a European colony. This is a removal, a feral colony, a wild colony from southern Arizona that I pulled from an unwanted location. I believe it was late fall, and they built up to the 8 frames. So here we go. This is why it is important to queen your Africanized colonies as soon as possible. This is a 4-frame hive. Yep. Whew. These are spicy ones. Can't do this in a residential neighborhood. Be very aware and stay on top of your hives. Make sure it's always your marked European queen. I am so sorry, but unfortunately you all are hooked up to my truck right now getting charged, so I cannot take you into the bees with me. I walked by Sarah's hive, and so now, because I walked by her hive, I cannot go and check the chew that I needed to figure out if they're ready to go home or not. So I have to wait for another day on that one. But what I'm gonna do without y'all is I'm gonna go in and refresh my queen bank box because it's so, the temperatures do drop at night. Our lows are between 33 and 45 or so, and because I don't trust the bees to keep my queens warm, they are inside. So I just like to give them brand new attendance and check their food and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. And then I'm gonna check the acceptance on 3 queens that I installed and see how they're doing. So I'll see y'all later. Okay, queen box is refreshed. Next. Oh man, I wish I could take you all along to see these. So luckily, the nucleus colonies that I had created from the 1 8-frame hive that was super defensive have accepted their queens so far. There is still the possibility that they will reject them. I did a very minor, like pulled 1 frame out, made sure she was released and got my eyes on her and made sure she was my European queen that is marked. So those are on their way to hopefully having their genetics changed. There is somebody that is, said something about that I need to get my facts straight before teaching about bees. Well, these are Africanized. Our USDA lab here in Tucson, back in I believe it was 2008, did genetic sampling from the Mexico border to the south rim of the Grand Canyon, and they found that 98% of those came back with Africanized genetics. Africanized is not not a behavior. It is just a genetic. And some of them are extremely nice bees. Others are not. My goodness. My dad worked with them at the USDA lab in Madison, Wisconsin in the 60s. He went to Brazil. We know Bob Macy, who's working. I mean, you know what? I'm not going to get upset. But my facts are straight. I know what these bees are. I'm the daughter of a queen producer. At one time, they were pushing out 7,000 to 8,000 cells a week. And these are not European. These are Africanized. This is not your basic honeybee. What do you mean by that? An Italian, Carniolan, Caucasian, Caspian, Saskatraz? I mean, what were you talking about? Sorry, I had a vent. I get this question asked, or actually it's not even a question. They don't even question me. They just go, "You are wrong." And I am not. I think it's funny. So keyboard warriors, keep up the good work. I love y'all. It doesn't bother me one bit. I know my bees, and I am not incorrect. So have a great day. All right, I've got to go get some equipment for the bee removal this evening. I didn't check Bob's shed floor hive to do another video on it just because this battery is really low, and I just came in here to check some queen releases and again to refresh my queen bank box. So everything's going good so far on that. And then when I, walked by one of the defensive colonies and opened the 3 that are pretty touchy, after that point, I cannot check the mannerism of the one that came in, or 2 that came in that were in question on how they're acting. And so before they go home, I want to double check to make sure that they are repeating their mannerism and that they're not just that unpredictably defensive colony like I mentioned, because we don't need this kind of activity happening in somebody's backyard. So with that said, I gotta go get some equipment together and hopefully prepare for a night run again to do a removal from a vault. So an underground vault, communications vault. So yeah. Whew, it's getting warm. God. I'm also going to do a quick shout out to Corey, my helper, for keeping all of my syrup buckets full and on pallets. So all I have to do is grab another bucket when I have empties. It is wonderful. Thank you.